Hi Cancer, welcome to your love reading for May 2026. Let's go ahead and answer the first question. What do you most need to know about your relationship? Okay, so let's give the deck a quick shuffle. What does Cancer need to know about their relationship? What does Cancer need to know about their relationship? What does Cancer most need to know about their relationship? What does Cancer most need to know about their relationship? What does Cancer most need to know about their relationship? What does Cancer most need to know about their relationship? What does Cancer most need to know about their relationship? We've got the Justice card, the Lovers, the Death card, Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Chariot. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at these. Let me just move my camera a little bit down. Okay, so interesting that you've got three major arcanas here. You've got the Justice card, the Lovers card, and the Death card. You know, kind of what I'm getting from this for you is that, you know, when it comes to your relationship here, I feel like you have a strong relationship, but I feel like something is not fair. You know, when the Justice card comes up, there's usually an injustice. Things are out of balance. So I feel like you know that something is off in your relationship, something with your partner. Looking at the Seven of Swords here tells me that you know what's going on, whatever that is. Or you know, it's obvious to you maybe that you feel the person isn't going to change. I feel like you turn away from the truth, is what the cards are telling us. I mean, we will see what is blocking you in the next spread. But I feel like, you know, things have been unfair for the sign of Cancer when it comes to your relationship. But I mean, you've got big change here. You've got the Death card and you've got the Chariot, especially with the Death card, because this is telling you that, you know, whatever it is that your partner does that is unfair to you, you know, whether it is, you know, arguments, maybe always being the one, always wanting to be the one who is right, wanting things their way, whatever that is for you, a big change is coming up for you. A big transformation from this kind of out of balance relationship that you're in. And like I said, I feel like you already know what's going on, and maybe you have felt like, I know what I need to do. Maybe you tried to walk away from this person, and you know, I feel like maybe your friends and your family have kind of telling you that, you know, you need to fight back. You need to maybe you know that you need to kind of do battle with, you know, these fears that you have about your relationship, these thoughts, you know, that you want to leave but you love this person. You've tried to leave but you can't. You actually have success around this. You have the Chariot. So yeah, something here is either that, you know, you're kind of lying to yourself about, you know, kind of the state of things now. But it could even be that for some of you, not everyone, that you've actually, you know that your person has been dishonest with you about something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a third party. Whether, you know, it's just being, you know, little white lies here and there that eventually add up, or, you know, kind of bigger lies. And I feel like, you know, for most of you, this is what has been unfair for you, out of balance. But remember, you do have some type of big transformation with this person. And of course, you know, you've got success. Even though things look bad for the sign of Cancer, I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can still turn things around. There can still be success. This person can still change. Okay, let's go ahead and look at what is blocking you. Okay, Cancer, let's see what is blocking you and your partner. What is blocking Cancer and their partner? 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 Okay, so you've got King of Wands, 10 of Cups, the Lovers, 6 of Cups, the Death card, and the Magician. Okay, so it's interesting that you have some repeat cards. I mean, I am using a different deck, and you have, let's see, what was it? You have the Death card again, and I believe that you have the Lovers. And see, I do have the cards right here. So these are important messages, you know, when cards repeat, and I only pulled 6 cards. I mean, that's all I pulled for you, 6 cards from a different deck. And you had the Lovers card repeat itself. Plus you also had, let's see, was it the Death card? Yeah, the Death card repeat itself. So I feel like even, you know, we are looking at what's blocking you, but these are still, you know, this is still your reading, and this is still a significant message for you. That 2 major arcanas repeated themselves. Okay, so I'll talk about these a little bit more, but let me get into what is blocking you. So the first card that you have is the King of Wands. So for some of you, this can be another person, but I feel like you would already know this. This would be a fire sign: Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. For some of you, like, if this is another person, I feel like this person has like really dramatically changed your relationship in a bad way, in a really harsh way, because I see here a happy family. You know, you were happy with your partner. Maybe you had, you know, your children. I just see happiness around you. And, you know, you had a very committed relationship. Maybe you were about to get married, or maybe you are married. And here comes this person and changes everything. This could have been someone from the past, because we have the 6 of Cups here. Now, if it's not another person, because for some of you, there is no third party, there's just other obstacles. It can be that one person is trying a lot harder than the other. Because we've got the King of Wands as the first card, and I always say the first card's always really significant. I feel like somebody taking the lead in this relationship is really needed. It could be maybe that you're kind of giving up. You're kind of giving up and they're not trying. And so this significant connection that you have, because that is what I see here. You've got the Lovers 2 times. You've got the Lovers 2 times. You have a significant connection, but I feel like maybe both people have given up on trying. And so things are kind of up in the air. For some of you, there's just, you know, kind of issues from the past that have not been resolved. Maybe it's, you know, kind of repeat arguments that maybe never get settled. If it is stuff from the past, you know, where it's mostly, you know, past arguments, things that you just can't fix, you can't heal. I mean, you do have the Death card 2 times. So this is kind of the end of the past, but in a positive way. You know, those arguments that keep haunting you, maybe things that you can't forget. Maybe you've forgiven your partner for some things, but you can't forget, you know, what they did, or you can't forget words that they said to you. I feel that, you know, you have a chance in the month of May to finally lay these things to rest. I mean, the Death card 2 times. And it's going to be up to you, Cancer, because you're the one watching this video, to manifest a strong, healthy relationship again. You can do it. I feel that is why you needed to see the Death card 2 times and the Lovers 2 times. That is what people want to see, that their connection is stronger than ever. and that you can lay things to rest. And the reading's being very specific for you that these are things from the past. And I feel that, it keeps coming up that it's things that they've said, maybe more than things that they've done, things that they've said that you just, they keep you awake at night. Maybe arguments, harsh words that were said. In the month of May, you can manifest a totally different relationship. You can make peace with the past and kind of lay it to rest. But like I said, the cards are telling me that someone needs to take action, because I feel like maybe both of you have kind of taken a step back and like nobody is doing anything. And I feel like you don't want to do that because your relationship has strong potential. The Lovers 2 times. And I feel like the universe is kind of helping you manifest the relationship that you used to have, that happy home. That's still an option for you. But the message is like, you've got to take action. Like, don't let this person go. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the spread where we're going to find out what the future holds for you. Okay, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what the future holds for you and your relationship. Now, this is a new deck, so bear with me. I'm still learning, but I think it's a really cute deck. Here's the back of it, and here's the front. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. Okay, so let's shuffle the deck. What does the future hold for Cancer and their relationship? What does the future hold for Cancer and their relationship? What does the future hold for Cancer and their relationship? What does the future hold for Cancer and their relationship? What does the future hold for Cancer and their relationship? What does the future hold for Cancer and their relationship? Okay. First card that you have, Cancer, is the Page of Needles, which is the Page of Swords. You've got the Hangman. You've got the Queen of Presents, which is the Queen of Wands. You've got the Three of Presents, Three of Wands. Knight of Potions, which is the Knight of Cups. And you've got the Ten of Presents, which is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so this is what the future holds for you. So we've got Page of Swords, the Hangman, and the Queen of Wands. So, we have some messages in the past spread about no one really kind of taking action in the relationship. No one taking the lead to make things better, maybe to get out of like a past argument or past energy that maybe has been haunting you. So I do definitely see that here in these cards. So I feel like, if that really applied to you, where you felt like, we did have an argument in the past that it just keeps haunting us and coming up again and again and again, the cards are saying that this will be resolved. This will be resolved. I feel like both of you will be much stronger as far as partners, where this will be a fair and balanced relationship. I mean, the first thing that you get here is the Page of Swords. So what the future holds for you, I feel like, what the future holds is honesty. A lot of communication, because that is what you need to get out of this energy that popped up for you. The Hangman. Maybe you guys had been stuck. And I feel that for some of you, maybe you had been stuck. Maybe your relationship was not moving to the next level, where it was, maybe it was a committed relationship, or being exclusive, or maybe even kind of being engaged and getting married. There's more honesty about like, hey, I wasn't ready to move forward because of this or that. I feel like you're going to hear the truth. And some of this, it could be very upfront, very blunt, but this is what you need to hear so that you can move forward. Because you do have the Knight of Cups here, which tells me that you will move forward. The Knight of Cups is telling me that your relationship will continue to grow and mature. I know the image isn't very mature, but the Knight of Cups, it's a beautiful card, a knight in shining armor type of energy. And I mean, the best is yet to come. You've got the Three of Wands. This is telling you to not give up. I mean, you may not see all of this play out exactly in the month of May, but you're headed in the right direction. We've got the Queen of Wands here, and you just had the King of Wands. I was just grabbing it here. So I feel that there's the Queen, there's the King that you just had from the last spread. I feel that there's more responsibility. That's what's coming up for you. That it's not just you trying all the time, you trying to fix the relationship, you trying to heal, you trying to keep you guys together. Like, this person who will help you out. So no more out of balance relationship is what I see here, because there's going to be a lot of honesty, a lot of communication back and forth. Yeah, and I feel that, you've got the Ten of Wands here. So I feel that you either you were reaching a point where you were just, lost all faith in this person. Maybe you're there now. Maybe you walked away. Maybe you almost walked away. I don't know. This is a general reading. But things are still moving forward. That's what the future holds for you. The relationship is not going to end. There could be, a love proposal. If this is someone that you'd been dating but want to see more. This could move forward to commitment. But remember that this will come in time. So this reading is kind of meant to give you hope, of course. But it's also meant to tell you that, you guys are going to be working together to reach this Knight of Cups energy. Because I feel that things are difficult and pretty, I feel like you're feeling pretty scared that maybe you're losing this person, that you can't deal with this anymore. Whatever this is, it feels heavy. But I feel like, in the future, you're going to be able to communicate, no more misunderstandings. You'll both be taking the lead together. The King has his Queen now. So y'all will be a more solid couple. And you can move forward in the relationship that you want. Remember that, and let me just tell you one more time, I feel that you may be stuck now. You may not see a way out. Maybe because you're the one doing all the work. This is all a matter of timing for the sign of Cancer. You will have your Knight. You will move forward in a relationship. And it'll be bigger and better than it was before. Okay, Cancer, this has been your love reading for May 2026. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will speak to you again next time.